शंकर जी की जटा से निकले निर्मल गंगा पानी। कोई कहे तुझे गंगा माता, कोई कहे महारानी। शंकर जी की जटा से निकले निर्मल गंगा पानी। कोई कहे तुझे गंगा माता, कोई कहे महारानी, कोई कहे महारानी। तोहे निश्चय फूल चढ़ाए जो तेरी आरती गावे, वो सुख शांति पावे जो तेरी आरती गावे। जय जय गंगा माता जो तेरी आरती गावे, वो सुख शांति पावे जो तेरी आरती गावे। हर हर गंगे जय माँ गंगे, हर हर गंगे जय माँ गंगे, हर हर गंगे जय माँ गंगे, हर हर गंगे जय माँ गंगे। ओम जय गंगे माता, श्री जय गंगे माता। जो नर तुझको ध्याता, जो नर तुझको ध्याता, मन वांछित फल पाता। ओम जय गंगे माता, जय गंगे माता, श्री जय गंगे माता। जो नर तुझको ध्याता, जो नर तुझको ध्याता, मन वांछित फल पाता। ओम जय गंगे माता। चंद्र सी ज्योत तुम्हारी, जल निर्मल आता। मैया जल निर्मल आता। शरण पड़े जो तेरी, शरण पड़े जो तेरी, सोनर तर जाता। ओम जय गंगे माता। पुत्र सगर के तारे, सब जग को ज्ञाता। मैया सब जग को ज्ञाता। कृपा दृष्टि तुम्हारी, कृपा दृष्टि तुम्हारी, त्रिभुवन सुखदाता। ओम जय गंगे माता। एक ही बार जो तेरी के त्रास मिटाकर, यम के त्रास मिटाकर परम गति पाता। ओम जय गंगे माता। आरती मात तुम्हारी, जो जन नित गाता, मैया जो जन नित गाता। दास वही सहज में, दास वही सहज में मुक्ति को पाता। ओम जय गंगे माता। ओम जय गंगे माता। श्री जय गंगे माता। जो नर तुझको ध्याता, जो नर तुझको ध्याता, मन वांछित फल पाता। ओम जय गंगे माता। जय गंगे माता। श्री जय गंगे माता। जो नर तुझको ध्याता, जो नर तुझको ध्याता, मन वांछित फल पाता। ओम जय गंगे माता। ओम जय गंगे माता। ओम जय गंगे माता। ओम जय गंगे माता। ओम श्री सद्गुरु परमात्मने नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरु परमात्मने नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरु भगवान शिवानंदाय नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरु भगवान शिवानंदाय नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः। गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ज्ञानमूलं गुरोर्मूर्ति, पूजामूलं गुरोर्पदं, मंत्रमूलं गुरोर्वाक्यं, मोक्षमूलं गुरोर्कृपा। मोक्षमूलं शिवानन्दाकृपा। ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं, द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम्। एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं, भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। यस्यान्तर्नादिमध्यं न हि करचरणं, नाम गोत्रं न सूत्रं, नो जातिर्नैव वर्णं, न भवति पुरुषो नो नपुंसं न च स्त्री। नाकारं नो विकारं, न हि जननमरणं, नास्ति पुण्यं न पापं, नो तत्त्वं तत्त्वमेकं सहजसमरसं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। चैतन्यं शाश्वतं शान्तं व्योमातीतं निरञ्जनं, ज्ञानबिन्दुकलातीतं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानमूलहरणं जन्मकर्मनिवारणं, ज्ञानवैराग्यसिद्ध्यार्थं गुरुपादोदकं पिबेत्। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं, तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम नमः शिवाय गुरवे सच्चिदानन्दमूर्तये निष्प्रपञ्चाय शान्ताय निरालम्बाय तेजसे नित्यशुद्धं निराभासं निराकारं निरञ्जनं नित्यबोधं चिदानन्दं गुरु ब्रह्मा नमाम्यहम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरुदेव की जय।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश पाहि मां।
श्री गणेश श्री गणेश श्री गणेश रक्ष मां।
जय सरस्वती जय सरस्वती जय सरस्वती पाहि मां।
श्री सरस्वती श्री सरस्वती श्री सरस्वती रक्ष मां।
जय श्री दुर्गा जय श्री दुर्गा जय श्री दुर्गा पाहि मां।
जय श्री दुर्गा जय श्री दुर्गा जय श्री दुर्गा रक्ष मां।
जय श्री काली जय श्री काली जय श्री काली पाहि मां।
जय श्री काली जय श्री काली जय श्री काली रक्ष मां।
जय श्री लक्ष्मी जय श्री लक्ष्मी जय श्री लक्ष्मी पाहि मां।
जय श्री लक्ष्मी जय श्री लक्ष्मी जय श्री लक्ष्मी रक्ष मां।
सरवण भव सरवण भव सरवण भव पाहि मां।
सुब्रह्मण्य 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 रक्ष मां। दत्तात्रेय 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 पाहि मां। दत्त गुरु रक्ष मां।
शिवानंद 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 पाहि मां।
शिवानंद 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 रक्ष मां।
जय गुरु शिव गुरु हरि गुरु राम।
जगद्गुरु परम गुरु सद्गुरु श्याम।
आदि गुरु अद्वैत गुरु आनंद गुरु ओम। चित गुरु चिन्मय गुरु चिन्माया गुरु ओम। जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम। जय राधे श्याम जय जय राधे श्याम जय राधे श्याम जय जय राधे श्याम। जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान। हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। शिवानंदा शिवानंदा सद्गुरुनाथा शिवानंदा 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 सद्गुरुनाथा शिवानंदा 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 सद्गुरुनाथा शिवानंदा। जय गुरुदेव दयानिधि दीन हितकारी। जय जय मोह विनाशक भवबंधनहारी। जय देव गुरुदेव जय देव गुरुदेव। ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव गुरु मूर्ति धारी। वेद पुराण बखानत गुरु महिमा Jaya Dev Gurudev, Jaya Dev Gurudev. Japa tapa tirtha sanyama dhan virita deene, Guru bin jnaan n hove, bodhi jatan keene. Jaya Dev Gurudev, Jaya Dev Gurudev. Maya mohan di jal jeev bahe sari, naam jahan pita kar guru bal mein dhari. Jaya Dev Gurudev, Jaya Dev Gurudev. Kaam krodh mad matsar chor bade bhari, ज्ञान करक दे कर में गुरु सब संहारे. जय देव गुरुदेव, जय देव गुरुदेव. नाना पंथ जगत में निज निज गुण गावे, सबका सार बता कर गुरु मार्ग लावे. जय देव गुरुदेव, जय देव गुरुदेव. गुरु चरणामृत निर्मल सब बाधक हारी, वचन सुनत तम नाशे सब संशय तारी. जय देव गुरुदेव, जय देव गुरुदेव. तन मन धन सब अर्पण गुरु चरणन की जय. शिवानंद परम पद मोक्ष गति लीजे. जय देव गुरुदेव, जय देव गुरुदेव. ओम जय गुरुदेव दयानिधि दीन हितकारी. जय जय मोह विनाशक भवबंधनहारी. जय देव गुरुदेव, जय देव गुरुदेव.
O adorable Lord of mercy and love, salutations and prostrations unto thee. Thou art omnipresent, omnipotent and omniscient. Thou art Satchidananda. Thou art the indweller of all beings. Grant us an understanding heart, equal vision, balanced mind, faith, devotion and wisdom. Grant us inner spiritual strength to resist temptations and to control the mind. Free us from egoism, lust, greed, anger and hatred. Fill our hearts with divine virtues. Let us behold Thee in all these names and forms. Let us serve Thee in all these names and forms. Let us ever remember Thee. Let us be ever loyal to Thee. Let us ever sing Thy glories. Let Thy name be ever on our lips. Let us abide in Thee forever and ever. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. O all-merciful Gurudev, every thought of my mind, every emotion of my heart, every movement of my being, every feeling and every sensation, each cell of my body, each drop of my blood, all is yours, Gurudev, yours absolutely, yours without any reserve. Gurudev, you can decide my life or my death, my happiness or my sorrow, my pleasure or my pain. Gurudev, whatever you do with me, whatever comes to me from you, will lead me to your lotus feet. Gurudev, You have provided us with the best facilities in the world for our spiritual growth. May we take full advantage of this precious gift of yours, Gurudev. May we look upon the ashram and all its contents as your body and treat them with love and reverence. This is our heartfelt prayer to you, Gurudev. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Sivananda Dinabandhu Pahima Deva Deva Sivananda Dinabandhu Pahima Chandravadana Mandahasa Premarupa Rakshama Chandravadana Mandahasa Premarupa Rakshama Madhura Gita Ganalola Jnanarupa Pahima Madhura Gita Ganalola Jnanarupa Pahima Samastaloka Pujitaya Mohananga Rakshama Samastaloka Pujitaya Mohananga Rakshama Divya Ganga Tiravasa Dhanashila Pahima Divya Ganga Tiravasa Dhanashila Pahima Papaharana Punyashila Parma Purusha Rakshama Papaharana Punyashila Parma Purusha Rakshama Bhakta Yoga Hridayavasa Swami Nada Pahima Bhakta Yoga Hridayavasa Swami Nada Pahima Chitsvarupa Chidananda Namah Shivaya Rakshama Chitsvarupa Chidananda Namah Shivaya Rakshama Shivananda 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 Pahima Shivananda 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 Pahima Shivananda 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 Rakshama Shivananda 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 Rakshama Satguru Jaya Satguru Jaya Satguru Jaya Pahima Satguru Jaya Satguru Jaya Satguru Jaya Pahima Satguru Jaya Satguru Jaya Satguru Jaya Rakshama Satguru Jaya Satguru Jaya Satguru Jaya Rakshama Ganga Arati Ganga Arati Ganga Arati Pahima Ganga Arati Ganga Arati Ganga Arati Pahima Bhagirati 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 Rakshama Bhagirati 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 Rakshama Deva Deva शिवानन्दा दीनबन्धो काली मां देवदेवा शिवानन्दा दीनबन्धो काली मां चन्द्रवदना मन्दहास प्रेमरूपा रक्ष मां चन्द्रवदना मन्दहास प्रेमरूपा रक्ष मां।
Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Bhagavan Shivananda Jai Jai Ram Bhagavan Shivananda Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Bhagavan Shivananda Jai Jai Ram Bhagavan Shivananda Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Bhagavan Shivananda Jai Jai Ram Bhagavan Shivananda Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Bhagavan Shivananda Jai Jai Ram Bhagavan Shivananda Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Bhagavan Shivananda Jai Jai Ram Bhagavan Shivananda Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Bhagavan Shivananda Jai Jai Ram Bhagavan Shivananda Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram 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 Jai Jai Ram
Sri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajamana Harana Bhava Bhayadarunam
Sri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajamana Harana Bhava Bhayadarunam
Navakanja Lochana Kanja Mukha Karakanja Padakanja Arunam
Sri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajamana Harana छवि नवनीर नीरज सुंदरम
पटगीत मानहु तरित रुचि सुचि नौमि जनक सुतावरम
श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणम श्री राम
भजो दीनबन्धु दीनेश दानव दैत्यवंश निकन्दनं
भज दीनबन्धु दीनेश दानव दैत्यवंश निकन्दनं
रघुनन्द आनन्द कन्द कौशल चन्द दशरथ नन्दनं
श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणम श्री राम
शिरमुकुट कुण्डल तिलक चारु उदारयङ्ग विभूषणं
शिरमुकुट कुण्डल तिलक चारु उदारयङ्ग विभूषणम्
आजानुभुज शरचापधर सङ्ग्राम जितखर दूषणं
श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणम श्री राम
इति वदति तुलसीदास शङ्कर शेषमुनिमनरञ्जनम्
इति वदति तुलसीदास शङ्कर शेषमुनिमनरञ्जनम्
मम हृदय कञ्जनिवास कुरु कामादि कलदलगञ्जनम्
श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणम श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम
ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो
प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो ज्योत
ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो। राह में आए जो दीन दुखी, राह में आए जो दीन दुखी, सबको गले से लगा के चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो। ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो। जिसका न कोई संगी साथी, ईश्वर है रखवाला, जिसका न कोई संगी साथी, ईश्वर है रखवाला। जो निर्धन है, जो निर्बल है, वो है प्रभु का प्यारा। जो निर्धन है, जो निर्बल है, वो है प्रभु का प्यारा। प्यार का मोती प्यार का मोती उठाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो। ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो। आशा टूटी, ममता रूठी, छूट गया है किनारा। आशा टूटी, ममता रूठी, छूट गया है किनारा। बंद करो मत द्वार दया का, दे दो मुझको सहारा। बंद करो मत द्वार दया का, दे दो मुझको सहारा। दीप दया का दीप दया का जलाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो। ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते
प्रेम पीयूष तिनहु किय मन मीत रामा तिनहु किय मन मीत सियावर रामचंद्र पद जय शरण शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम। ब्रह्म राम के नाम भर वरदायक वरदान रामा वरदायक वरदान रामचरित सतकोट महल प्रिय महेश जिय जान रामा प्रिय महेश जिय जान सियावर रामचंद्र पद जय शरण शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम। राम राम को कल्पतरु कलि कल्याण निवास रामा कलि कल्याण निवास जो सुमिरत भय भांगते तुलसी तुलसी दास रामा तुलसी तुलसी दास सियावर रामचंद्र पद जय शरण शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम। राम नाम नर केसरी कनक कसिपु कलिकाल रामा कनक कसिपु कलिकाल चापक जन प्रहलाद जी पालहि दल सुरसाल रामा पालहि दल सुरसाल सियावर रामचंद्र पद जय शरण शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम। राम अनंत अनंत गुण अमित कथा विस्तार रामा अमित कथा विस्तार सुनिया जल जुड़वा नहीं जिनके विमल विचार रामा जिनके विमल विचार सियावर रामचंद्र पद जय शरण शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम। राम कथा सुर धेनु सम सेवक सब सुखदान रामा सेवक सब सुखदान सत समाज सुर लोक सब कौन सुने अस जान रामा कौन सुने अस जान सियावर रामचंद्र पद जय शरण शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय।
Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya. On behalf of our Divine Master, Sri Swami Shivananda and Pujya Swami Sahajananda, we extend a warm and cordial welcome to all to Pujya Swamiji Sahajananda's 65th Sannyas Anniversary Satsang. We also extend a special welcome to donors, well-wishers, devotees tuning in for the first time, and those from abroad. We now read from Guru Bhakti Yoga by Sri Swami Shivananda. Cultivate a strong faith in the Guru and in his teachings. Unflagging faith in the Guru is the sure and safe gateway to God. No faith in the Guru's actions means no devotion to Guru and to God. Some disciples put on the appearance of great chelas of a Guru, but they have no faith in his inspiring words or actions. Surrender completely to the Almighty Lord, the Guru who is one without a second. We now read a message from the Board of Management on the occasion of Pujya Swami Sahajananda's 65th Sannyas anniversary. Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya. Hari Om to all. Pujya Swami Sahajananda was initiated into the Holy Order of Sannyas on 10th April 1956 by our Divine Master Sri Swami Shivananda. After the sannyas ceremony in 1956, the Master said, Swami Sahajananda is styled as the spiritual king of South Africa, Durban. He is also called the African Chota Guru. He does not want anything. He is a silent worker. He is a man of renunciation, vairagya and meditation. He is a very good organizer. In his autobiography, Glory of Guru's Grace, Pujya Swami Sahajananda narrates in the third person the circumstances leading to this momentous event at the Master's ashram in Rishikesh on 10th April 1956, and I quote, One day, Swamiji went to get some treatment from Swami Venkatesananda for his suppurating sores. At his cottage, he was surprised to see the Master also arriving there after some time to give instructions to Swami Venkatesananda. During the conversation, Swami Venkatesananda suggested that the Master give Swamiji Jnana Sannyas. The Master at once agreed and also decided to have a farewell function for Swamiji. When Swamiji told the Master that it was not necessary, he said, No, we will have it. Swamiji was reluctant to take sannyas, as he felt it would be a hindrance to his work. He used to walk about in the streets of Durban and sell the Master's books. He did so much walking that the soles of his shoes had to be replaced every few months. Swamiji thought that he would have to walk about in the streets in the sannyas garb and felt apprehensive. But Swami Paramananda and others said that the Master's offer should not be refused. So the Master gave Swamiji Jnana Sannyas, that is, sannyas while continuing to work in the teaching profession. When he gave up the profession, he could take full-time sannyas. This kind of sannyas was something unique with the Master, who gave it to several others from foreign countries. The Master allowed Swamiji to select his sannyas name himself. Reading a publication of the Swami Narayan movement whilst at the ashram, Swamiji came across the name Sahajananda and thought that if he ever took sannyas, he would prefer that name. So the Master, knowing what had already transpired, allowed him to choose a name himself. Many years later, when Swami Venkatesananda was in Durban, at a special ceremony, he performed the Raja Homa ceremony, which is the formal rites pertaining to the sannyas order. It was on this day, the 10th of April 1956, 65 years ago, that Srinivasan Naidu became Swami Sahajananda. Many have not understood what true renunciation is, says our Master in Bliss Divine. Renunciation of physical objects is no renunciation at all. True renunciation lies in the abnegation of the mind. It consists in renouncing all desires and egoism, and not merely renouncing the world. Real renunciation consists in renunciation of egoism. If you renounce the ego, you have renounced everything else in the world. If the subtle ego is given up, then identification with the body automatically dies. Unquote. In a message on sannyas written by Pujya Swami Sahajananda on the 1st of June 1981, Pujya Swamiji said, and I quote, If we are running away from our troubles, then we can be sure that it is not real renunciation. We should do our duty and complete all our worldly duties. Renunciation should be the outcome of dispassion and discrimination, and not just running away from our difficulties. The fact is that neither the life of a sannyasin nor the life of a householder is better. The thing we have to do is see that we follow the dharma that pertains to our station in life. If we do that faithfully, That is what our scriptures call swadharma. It means do your duty in the best possible manner. It is by discharging our duties satisfactorily that the mind gets purified. Try to do a little bit of tapas. Try to lead a hard life. A little bit of fasting, a little bit of mortification is quite necessary, unquote. Pujya Swamiji concluded this inspiring message with the following words, and I quote, "The moment we let go of the Guru's hand, we're in danger. But the saint never lets us go. It is we who wrench ourselves away. He doesn't let us go. Gurudev is taking care of you and knows everything that's going on. We needn't get agitated that we are not getting this and not getting that. Do whatever has to be done. Do your work with all love and don't worry about what you get. That is what you call love, the love that the gopis had," unquote. Whilst we are in the midst of a pandemic, we know that it is Gurudev who directs and decides the events of our lives. Sadly, most of us may have lost family, friends, or colleagues. It is heartwarming to note the courage and strength shown by our Gurudev's devotees during this challenging period. When Gurudev is near, we need not fear. We also take this opportunity to applaud all those devotees and well-wishers who continue to serve in so many different facets of our work and take our Master's mission forward during this pandemic. This pandemic can also be looked upon as a blessing, as it gives us the opportunity to reflect and develop dispassion and discrimination and to inquire what is really important in our lives and what is not. We reiterate that we in the Divine Life Society of South Africa should consider ourselves to be spiritually fortunate to be associated with Pujya Swami Sahajananda. Consequently, our lives have been touched by the grace of Sri Swami Sahajananda here in South Africa. Our beloved Pujya Swamiji was the greatest saint that walked the South African soil. Indeed, he is the greatest saint that Africa has produced. Indeed, a man amongst men and a jewel amongst saints. Pujya Swamiji's contributions to South Africa are unparalleled in South African spiritual history. Over 600 poverty alleviation projects, the school's feeding programs, free clinics, satsangs, yoga camps, sunlit path programs, self-help programs, workshops, grocery distribution programs, interreligious harmony initiatives, assistance to temples, establishment of sewing schools, the unique Shivananda Ghat, and numerous other programs and initiatives stand as beacons and shine like diamonds amongst grains of sand during these troubled times. Pujya Swamiji wanted us to record as many of our songs as possible, and thus we have many CDs and DVDs. Pujya Swamiji's foresight has enabled us to remain spiritually nourished even during the pandemic, as we have used this material to create online satsang programs. We are grateful to the over 144,000 devotees who have participated in our online satsang during the past year, thus increasing the spiritual current throughout the world. This is sure to benefit all in these very troubled times. Sisters, brothers, and spiritual darlings, let us remember and celebrate this glorious life of Pujya Swami Sahajananda. Let us rededicate ourselves with gratitude. Let us reaffirm our loyalty to our beloved Sri Gurudev and Pujya Swamiji and intensify our sadhana so that we may get spiritual transformation and spiritual illumination in this very birth. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Whatever God has allocated for us, that is going to happen. I've heard stories where the people have run away from the wedding pandal and become sannyasins. They left the girl and ran away. On the other hand, see, people who have been living in forests for many, many years, they left and suddenly got married. I don't want to, there's some famous names who recently got married, who were going about as sadhus and sadhus and sadhus, and suddenly they got married. We may not ask the why and wherefore. Whatever is your destiny, that will be fulfilled, but destiny is also perhaps a little flexible. And people who are in it, those who are not married want to get married. Those who are married want to get out of it. See? Isn't that wonderful? That is the play of God. But we needn't worry which life is better. The life of a householder is as good as the life of a sannyasin. Whatever God has destined for you, that is going to happen. In my own case, I never cared whether I was a sannyasin or a married householder. I said, whatever Gurudev wills, that is going to happen for me. But I was busy with Gurudev's work. But Gurudev said that in my past birth, I was a Swami. But I had an inkling when I was about 9 years old that not that I won't get married, I thought that I'll be always free. And I'll never get married. But I didn't know that I was going to enter the order of sannyasa. Perhaps it was some past samskaras. But people today, I said, they renounce, they want to join an ashram and they want to give up everything. But first we have to renounce all that belongs to the world. See, when we have mastered the world and when we have stayed in the world and conquered ourselves, then to enter into, come to an ashram and lead the path of renunciation becomes quite easy. But unless one has conquered that, it's difficult. And we cannot just renounce everything and leave. Most people renounce because they cannot put up with the difficulties in the world. So they don't make a great success in spiritual life either. So people often ask, must I renounce? They ask the Swamis or ask Swami Ramdas. Swami Ramdas says, I can never answer that question. It is for you to decide. If we are running away from our troubles, then we can be sure that it is not real renunciation. See? We should do our duty and complete all our worldly duties, and renunciation should be the outcome of dispassion and discrimination, and not just running away from our difficulties. But if you have real dispassion, you can just leave the world like Swami Ramdas did. See? He got the call and he didn't care what happened to his wife and to his daughter. But ultimately, both Swami Ramdas' wife and his daughter, they came to the ashram and they progressed a great deal in spiritual life, especially the daughter Ramabai. And Ram Tita was a great Swami. He was a very great man. And he was a mathematician in Lahore University. And he used to love to work out mathematics. He had a gigantic will. And one day he decided that he's going to, if he doesn't answer the 3 mathematical questions, he's going to commit suicide. He succeeded in 2, but he couldn't solve the last one. And true to his word, he took a dagger and wanted to cut his throat. And then he saw the whole answer. But he had immense devotion to his Guru. His Guru wasn't a realized man, but he had such marvelous devotion. The letters are given in the book, how he used to write to his Guru. And he lived in poverty. He couldn't get food to eat. And then he was a great devotee of Krishna. And so great was his love for Krishna that he would call and call for Krishna, crying for him. See, this mathematics professor. And one day someone told him, Krishna is not outside, he is within you. So he started tearing his breast. He said, if Krishna is there, I'll drag him out. And that very minute he saw the vision of God, Krishna. But being a mathematician, his analytical mind said, well, this is a precipitation of my own mind. And then he gave up his household life. He had 2 children. He just left them in the streets. Today, Gurudev says that one is an engineer and I think One is a professor somewhere. But he was a marvelous man. He went to America also, and he had a wonderful method of lecturing. He will go to the platform and say Om, and the lecture was over. But he had a very great and magnetic personality. When he was in America, he should just sit silent in samadhi. And once a very wealthy European woman came there. She was loaded with jewels. And then she sat and sat and sat for a long time. He was in samadhi, he didn't open his eyes. And then she got fed up and said, "These Indians are very rude. I've been sitting so long and he has not said anything at all." And when he said that, he opened his mouth and said, "Mother." And the lady felt immediately she was the mother of the whole universe. See? And she became a disciple. Another lady came, she was an atheist. And again Ramtita was in samadhi. So she sat and sat and sat, waiting for him to open his eyes so that he can debate. And when he opened his eyes, he said, "Swami, now I believe in God." Now that is what we call sannyasis. They don't preach at all. The very presence illumines everyone. But he didn't leave many disciples. He only left one disciple. And next to our ashram, there is a Ram ashram, where I used to go and sit and read the newspapers during Gurudev's time. So there is a great sannyas in India is built upon sannyas. I said yesterday that you'll find a very rich man today, but tomorrow he goes about with this begging bowl. Dayananda was a very great sannyasin. So was Vivekananda, a giant. Ramakrishna didn't give sannyas to his disciples, but he gave them the robes. And after he passed away, then they took the ceremony and they assumed a name themselves. Vivekananda had many names. Every few months he'll change his name, and ultimately stuck to Vivekananda. And we know how great he was, a very great brahmachari, very great inspiration to the world. Swami Omkar was a great sannyasin, also went to America. And Swami Yogananda had met he was also in America at that time. They were very great friends. One day they were in the same place, and there was not enough place, there was only one bed. So Swami Omkar and Yogananda decided to share that bed. And then Yogananda started snoring so much that there was no sleep for Swami Omkar. The whole night he kept awake. And then Yogananda laughed and said, "I hope I didn't keep you awake the whole night." The Swamiji, "I thought you were doing some kind of great, something wonderful was happening, and a whole night I watched to see what you were doing. I thought you were doing some kind of mysterious pranayama." Because the saints, remember that they snore a lot. You see? The girl said that I also snore, but I don't believe them. And Gurudev too, they say to snore quite a lot. But that doesn't mean to say that they're asleep. Remember that. And snoring means that the person is thoroughly relaxed, except the person who is sleeping next to him. Because they in the Turiya state. See? And Yogananda knew that even though the body is asleep, the mind is wide awake. In Ramana Maharsh's case, he will be snoring, and the bhaktas would be reciting the verses from the scripture. The moment they made a mistake, you just wake up and correct them. So that proves that in the state of God realization, you are a witness of the three states. You know what you're dreaming. See, all your dream experiences you can see, and saints also dream. Aurobindo used to dream, and Ramana Maharshi used to dream. They say, well, if the dream comes, well, let it come. But they watch the dream. And you can also cultivate that habit. Then you go to a very high state actually. If you watch the mind at the time of going to sleep, and if you can get control of your dreams if you want. But it's a very difficult process, but it is not impossible. You can dream whatever you want to dream. and you can be conscious of your dream. Sometimes I would have that experience. I would dream, and I would tell myself, now I know that I'm dreaming, just now I'm going to wake up. But very seldom it happens. When you meditate a lot, the meditation extends to the dream state. Just like you watch the mind in meditation, so that meditation process goes to the dream, and then you watch your dream also. But it's not easy to practice.
Giridhara Govindam Gopala Bhajo Murani Manohara Nandalala 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 Bhajo Murali Manohara Nandalala Giridhara Govindam Gopala Bhajo Murali Manohara Nandalala Giridhara Govindam Gopala Bhajo Murali Manohara Nandalala Giridhara Govindam Gopala Bhajo Murali Manohara Nandalala Suramunivara Pujita Pada Suramunivara Pujita Pada Nityananda Mukunda Murari Suramunivara Pujita Pada Nityananda Mukunda Murari Giridhara Govindam Gopala Bhajo Murali Manohara Nandalala Giridhara Govindam Gopala Bhajo Murali Manohara Nandalala Bhaya Vittala Bhakta Vatsala Bhava Bhaya Vittala Papa Vimochana Paramananda Bhakta Vatsala Bhava Bhaya Vittala Papa Vimochana Paramananda Bhuvapara Nitya Saran Narasimha Avatara Bhuvapara Nitya Saran Narasimha Avatara Gopala Mohana Janardana Bhuvapara Nitya Saran Narasimha Avatara Gopala Mohana Janardana Giridhara Govindam Gopala Bhajo Murali Manohara Nandalala Giridhara Govindam Gopala Bhajo Murali Manohara Nandalala 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 मन ढूंढ रहा है, तुझे मन ढूंढ रहा है। मन की सुनाऊं, मन मंदिर में भगवान मैं तुझको बिठाऊं, मैं तुझको बिठाऊं। दुखियों के सहारे तुझे मन ढूंढ रहा है, ओ शंकर प्यारी तुझे मन ढूंढ रहा है, तुझे मन ढूंढ रहा है। बैठे हो कहाँ पर तुम, समाधि को लगाए विनते मेरी नैया, प्रभु में नाम बचाए, प्रभु में नाम बचाए। अब कर लो किनारे तुझे मन ढूंढ रहा है, ओ शंकर प्यारे तुझे मन ढूंढ रहा है, तुझे मन ढूंढ रहा है। दया दिल में सिहारो, अब दर्शन दिखाओ, हमें ना रुलाओ, हमें ना रुलाओ। राजेश पुकारे तुझे मन ढूंढ रहा है, तुझे मन ढूंढ रहा है, तुझे मन ढूंढ रहा है। इतना तू बता दे कहाँ तू जाके छुपा है, ओ शंकर प्यारे तुझे मन ढूंढ रहा है, 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 तुझे मन ढूंढ
सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, जय जय राम राजा राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, जय जय राम राजा राम। जय राम जय बोलो, जय सीताराम बोलो, जय राम। जय राम जय बोलो, जय सीताराम बोलो, जय राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, जय जय राम राजा राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, जय जय राम राजा राम। जय राम जय बोलो, जय सीताराम बोलो, जय राम। जय राम जय बोलो, जय सीताराम बोलो, जय राम। जाती रही भावना जैसी, हो जाती रही भावना जैसी, प्रभु मूरत पे गीत नैसी। मैं तो जपू अभिराम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, जय जय राम राजा राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, जय जय राम राजा राम। जय राम जय बोलो, जय सीताराम बोलो, जय राम। जय राम जय बोलो, जय सीताराम बोलो, जय राम। संकट में तो साथ रहे तो, ओ संकट में तो साथ रहे तो, सर पर तेरा हाथ रहे तो, सब कुछ है आसान तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, जय जय राम राजा राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, जय जय राम राजा राम। जय राम जय बोलो, जय सीताराम बोलो, जय राम। जय राम जय बोलो, जय सीताराम बोलो, जय राम। बिन सत्संग विवेक न होई, हो बिन सत्संग विवेक न होई। राम कृपा बिनु सुलभ न सोई, बसे भुवन के प्राण तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, जय जय राम राजा राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, जय जय राम राजा राम। जय राम जय बोलो, जय सीताराम बोलो, जय राम। जय राम जय बोलो, जय सीताराम बोलो,
घर दिया ना बाती, एक तुम्ही धनवान तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, तुझे जय राम राजा राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। दशरथ नंदन रघुकुल दीपक, ओ दशरथ नंदन रघुकुल दीपक, इस तन में है जीवन जब तक, मैं तो जपो अभिराम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, तुझे जय राम राजा राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, तुझे जय राम राजा राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। वचन पिता का टूट ना जाए, ओ वचन पिता का टूट ना जाए, इस कारण तुम बन बन गाए, बाह दुखों की काम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। तुलसी तेरी महिमा गाए, ओ तुलसी तेरी महिमा गाए, शिव भी तुझको शीश झुकाए, पूज्य तुझे हनुमान तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। शुभ कर्मों के तुम संचालक, ओ शुभ कर्मों के तुम संचालक, तुम करता हो तुम ही पालक, मैं प्रभु नादान तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम।
Om, Our announcements for this evening are as follows. We invite devotees and the public to join our online home satsangs via the links on our website. Please join us for the following important online special satsangs. Ramayan week commences on Monday 12th April and continues until Tuesday 20th April 2021. Daily online Ganga Arati is at 5:30 p.m. followed by Satsang. Our yoga camp will be on Sunday 18th April 2021 with the home sadhana program from 6 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. Online lessons are from 10 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. Topics are the Tirukkural, Ethics and Virtues, and Glory of Sri Hanuman. Online camp satsang is from 11 to 12 noon. Sri Ram Navami will be celebrated on Wednesday 21st April 2021. Online Ganga Arati is at 5:30 p.m. followed by Satsang. In view of the coronavirus pandemic, as well as for the good health of all, world peace, protection, and as a countermeasure to the hostile forces, Divine Life Society of South Africa launched the 41-day recital of the Sri Hanuman Chalisa 11 times daily on the 17th of March 2021. The culmination of the recital will be on Sri Hanuman Jayanti on Monday 26th April 2021. We encourage all to participate in the sadhana and to complete the pledge form on our website. Devotees may do the daily recital at their convenience at home. Recital of 108 Sri Hanuman Chalisa will take place on Sunday 25th April 2021, preceding Sri Hanuman Jayanti on Monday 26th April 2021. The 108 recital commences at 5 a.m. and ends at approximately 2:20 p.m. Branches will be doing hourly recitals. Devotees are urged to participate in this most sacred sadhana in as many hourly slots as possible. Sri Hanuman Jayanti and the culmination of the 41-day recital of Sri Hanuman Chalisa is on Monday 26th April 2021. The final online Sri Hanuman Chalisa recital will be from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. and Havan on this day will be live streamed at 4:30 p.m. followed by online Ganga Arati and Satsang. Due to the coronavirus pandemic, our ashrams and branches remain closed until further notice. Devotees and visitors are respectfully informed that visits to any of our ashrams or branches must be authorized by the Board of Management. We offer special prayers for all those who are ill, those who have lost loved ones, the departed, our frontline workers, and for world peace. We remind devotees to follow all the COVID-19 protocols, guidelines, and the rules for lockdown so as to keep safe. Devotees and the public are reminded that if one is infected or has any symptoms, then one is required to please isolate and follow the doctor's advice. Pujya Swamiji has given elaborate descriptions in our books of the value of the Maha Mrityunjaya mantra, Agnihotra, and Sri Hanuman Chalisa. Devotees are urged to continue with these practices regularly for their own safety and protection. Agnihotra will also help to bring rain. As per Pujya Swamiji's advice, the Maha Mrityunjaya mantra should be repeated all the time while driving. If we cannot repeat the mantra all the time, then repeat it as often as possible. It will help to prevent accidents, robberies, hijackings, and other calamities. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya. 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 Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sudarshana
सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्ष्यमामृतात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे 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 सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् 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 ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्
श्री सद्गुरुदेव की जय।
जय जय आरती विघ्न विनायक विघ्न विनायक श्री गणेशा जय जय आरती वेणुगोपाल आरती जय जय आरती अंजनेया अंजनेया हनुमंता जय जय आरती दत्तात्रेय दत्तात्रेय त्रिमूर्ति अवतारा जय जय आरती सद्गुरुनादा सद्गुरुनादा भगवान शिवानंदा सद्गुरुनादा भगवान विश्वानंदा जय जय आरती विघ्नविनायक ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्ति भवतु सर्वेषां शान्ति भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ असतो मा सत्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदा पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति 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 श्री सद्गुरु भगवान की जय।